everyone, how are you today? Today we will study about how to write English composition. The most basic of training in writing in English is English composition. Have you ever thought about English composition? In other words, how to make sentences in English. For example, 투닉 털승 논타까사 얍승 샷강니 행치 무뜨떼꾸이. Am I right? Try translating the sentence to English. This is not a special example. You can easily find a sentence like this in any book. How will you translate it? You have to have your own way of making sentences in English. Speaking and writing are not completely different. Writing is a good arrangement of sentences used in speaking. It's better not to think of writing a good answer from the beginning, and it's better to make sentences like speaking. Step 1. Analyze the structure of the sentence. Divide it into several short sentences. I eat breakfast. Like this sentence, English has a structure of subject, verb, object. One sentence is structured around the verb. If you have a concept of this structure, you can easily figure out how many sentences are put together for the question presented above. For example, it can be divided as these two sentences. Since speaking is spoken language, the structure of the subject, verb, object is not always clearly expressed, but writing is different. When you compose English sentence, you can analyze the suggested sentence and divide it into several sentences with a structure of subject, verb, object. Step 2. Translate the divided short sentences to English one by one. Translating the sentences to English one by one is not that difficult. This sentence can be translated as he left his native place. As we studied sentence structure, these sentences are mostly divided into 3 phrases. It's okay to write it with he, but there are other options. For example, you can write that fellow, the person, the man by using nouns. Nobody knows which is the right answer. You have to choose the right words according to the situation in which you're writing or speaking. If you can't speak or write in English well, just use anything you can. Expressing yourself, in other words, communicating your opinion is more important than writing luxurious. If you can express yourself in writing in any way, the process of making such expressions more luxurious will follow. I wrote his native place, but it can be more natural to say his hometown or his home. Or maybe he is leaving his country. In that case, you can write his country, his nation. Instead of left, the feeling of leaving home may be emphasized by saying went away from. The reason why I'm talking about this is please abandon the think what is the answer. There is no right answer for every situation. It simply has an appropriate expression for each situation. So, when you want to express a sentence in English, imagine the situation and try to express it based on the situation. He left his native place. The same meaning can be answered in various ways depending on the situation of the person writing the sentence. The second sentence has the structure of no one knows the reason. It is a passive expression of such an active structure. You should have basic training in grammar, such as the active and the passive. The passive voice of nobody knows the reason or anybody doesn't know the reason would be the reason is not known to anybody. Step 3. Make a complex sentence by using grammar that connects the translated short sentences. At first, we analyzed how many sentences were composed in one sentence. Then, we translated the sentences one by one. The final step is to link the translated sentences. We learned how to connect sentences like this while studying grammar at school. First of all, the English composition question is divided as 2, and then we translated each sentence into English. He left his native place. The reason is not known to anybody. I emphasize again, these sentences are just one of many expressive possibilities. Now, we can connect these two sentences with the relative adverb why. The reason why he left his native place is not known to anybody. So far, we have written a single sentence in English. There is a process that is the premise of the English composition. It is a process of speaking. Writing is a refined expression of speaking. In speaking, you can stutter, stop in the middle, and repeat the same content. There must be a process of speaking like this. Then you can write. When you're talking to someone, you can't give up all of the talks just because you can't remember the exact word you want to say. I talked about it in the speaking situation lecture last time, right? Likewise, you shouldn't give up writing just because you're not sure about a part of the sentence. There is a correct answer. I have to express it exactly like the correct answer. Please escape from this pressure. I have an idea I want to write. In any situation I can write. I will try to write these ideas at the level of English I have. Please think like this. Someday, you may be very good at English, but it is the future. The point is that now, at your own level, you have to write in English anyway. Therefore, whether writing or speaking, after analyzing the structure of the sentence you want to write, translating each sentence into English, connect the sentences and try to write them using words or grammar that suit your level. For example, there is a sentence. How would you describe it in English? I will give you time, so try making it in English sentences. You don't have to make just one sentence. Express it as you want. This is not the correct answer, but I will reveal the answer. This is the house where the poet passed his boyhood. He is a poet. This was his house. He lived here. This is the poet's house. He doesn't live here now, but he lived here when he was a boy. This is the place. It is the house where the poet lived his boyhood. This is the house where the poet enjoyed his boyhood. This is the house where the poet spent his boyhood. The correct answer from the textbook containing this question was number 1. Since each of you can imagine many situations, There are numerous possibilities for expression. Each of you has different levels of language and thought. That's why you can produce numerous answers. To begin your training, I make the exercises below. These are sentences that can be used in everyday life. There is no correct answer. But if there is no answer, I think you will be frustrated, so I will give you the answers later. You can use the 3 steps we learned earlier to practice your English writing. For example, write in English this sentence. Find out how many sentences are included. The important thing in English is a verb. How many verbs are there? There are 3. Sing, listen, enjoy. There are 3 verbs, so let's make it with 3 short sentences. After that, translate each sentence into English. There are 2 options. First, you need to translate while considering the situation. You have to know the situation, whether I hear, we hear, or you hear. It could be I'm happy or it's good. Second, you need to be ready to use a variety of words. For example, the first sentence is simple as birds are singing early in the morning. But at the second question, it is important how to find the word, publish it in your head. In general, the word publish it is usually the correct answer. Printed or come out can also be used. If you can find these various words or phrases quickly and easily, it will help you speak and write. Then, combine the short sentences written in English. Question 1 consists of 3 short sentences. You just need to find 2 ways to connect 3 sentences. It is pleasant to hear birds singing early in the morning. If you look at the answer, 3 verbs or 3 sentences were connected using 2 infinitive and gerund. Of course, there is not only one answer. It is funny to hear birds singing early in the morning. How nice to hear birds singing early in the morning. Remembering that the answer is not only one, shall we compose the following sentences together? Please pause this video a moment and make an English sentence. After that, check the answers. You don't have to be disappointed if the answers that I gave you are different from the sentence you made. There is no answer to English writing. There are just a number of possibilities. I will give you other examples so you can practice further. That's it for today's lecture. In the next time, you will finally learn how to introduce yourself. Think about how to introduce yourself. It would be nice to use what you have learned so far. If you have a question, please email me. And thank you for listening. See you soon.